Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about a game that honestly at first I really didn't like, but I've changed my mind. And the more that I've played it, the more impressed I am with it. The developer had reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to check out this game?" And I took like a quick glance at what the game was, and honestly I was wrong about what it was. I thought it was like a Tetris or a Puyo Puyo style game where something's falling down from the top and you have to arrange the stuff in the rows. That's not the kind of game that it is, but that's what I thought it was. And I said, "Oh man, my wife loves these kind of games. We'll definitely I'll definitely check it out." And I downloaded it and I played a little bit of it, and I was really disappointed. First off, because I had the wrong mindset. I was expecting one thing and I got another. And the game is Breakforcist Battle, which is a weird name for the game, but whatever, it works. And it's not that Tetris style game where you're matching things to get rid of lines. What it is basically a game very much like DX Ball or like Super Breakout, which I played a lot of when I was a kid. Super Breakout was a game that was almost always in my Atari, and we had the cool rotating controllers that would slide the paddle back and forth, and you're trying to keep a ball from falling past the battle or past the paddle. That's hard to say. And you're trying to break the blocks at the top of the screen. And I wasn't really excited about it, and when I first started playing the single player, I was really disappointed. And I just kind of set it to the side, and I was like, well, I'm not going to do a first look on this. Maybe I'll do a review later, but I'm not really enjoying it enough to try it again. And I just kind of put it to the side and ignored it for a while. And then the other day, my son often will say, because my Switch has a lot more games on it than his does, because I get these review copies, and sometimes he'll be like, "Can I just try out some of the games that you've got on your Switch?" And I was like, "All right, sure. These are the games that you can't try because they're inappropriate or something like that. And you can try all these other ones." And I was sitting there, and I was basically on my phone, flipping through Reddit, and he is playing Breakforcist Battle. And I kind of stopped what I was doing and was watching him, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually looks like a lot of fun. He's having a lot of fun with it." And and he lost and had gone back to the main screen, and I saw, "Oh, you can do 1 or 2 player arcade." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, hand me one of the Joy-Cons and let's see how this works," because I really didn't know. I hadn't tried it very much. So he handed me one of the Joy-Cons, and so we're both holding one of the Joy-Cons in one of our hands, and he starts it up, and he was on the left side of the screen, and I was on the right side of the screen, and we're both controlling our own paddles on our sides of the screen, but we're trying. We have a common goal of breaking down the bricks at the top, and I'd never played a I don't even know what genre you would call that kind of game, but I never played a Breakout clone as a co-op thing, and it really, really impressed me at how much fun we had. I really like the art style to the game. Everything is themed after breakfast stuff. So like if you break the eggs, which is hilarious to say on its own, but if you break the eggs, then you get power-ups or multi-balls or something like that. Then you've got like waffles that have like some kind of overlay covering them up, and you have got to hit those twice in order to get rid of them. And we were having a lot of fun with it. One of the power-ups that you can get is like the bacon laser, where your paddle is constantly shooting out like a strip of bacon, which will get rid of the bricks up above, directly above it. And, so we're playing back and forth, and it has both a competitive and a cooperation, a co-op feel at the same time, because each player gets their own score, but at the same time, when you finish at the end, once you've lost, and you have to work together in order to keep the ball on the screen so that you can keep the blocks from falling down and crossing the arbitrary line where you lose. You've got to keep them from coming down. So you have to work together. But at the very end, the game adds your scores together, and it says, oh, here's your high score with, in my case, it was RJS and DK, because my son's handle is Dragon Knight. And I had a lot of fun. I was really impressed with the game, and overall, I can definitely recommend it. Now, I wouldn't recommend it to somebody who is going to play by themselves, but if you've got people to play with, then I definitely think you can have a lot of fun. The game has co-op, like I had played with my son, and it also has like a battle mode where I'm sure that the way that it works is you are hitting something and it causes problems for the other person. I wasn't really interested in that. I was just interested in the co-op mode because, the battle mode, somebody's going to end up getting frustrated. And, I'm playing with a 9-year-old and I thought, we would have more fun working together. So we did the co-op mode and we had a lot of fun with it. And this is definitely a game that I'm happy that I have on my Switch. Um, I can't imagine what it's like to play with 4 players. I don't think that this is a game that my wife would really enjoy. And, you know, so it was just me and my son. But I imagine that this game with 4 players would be just insanity and a lot of fun. Now, the game is not without criticisms. Like I said, I would not recommend this game for somebody who's going to play it solo. However, if you've got people to play with, it's awesome. My other criticism of the game is, and I hope that they add a setting for this later on down the road, is the fact that when you hit the eggs and they unlock a power up or something, it basically stops the action for a second, almost like the Nintendo Switch can't keep up. And I know that that's not the case, but it's like the whole game freezes for a second to show you what you've got, and that's really jarring. And especially if you hit like a multiple eggs in a row, like egg, it's going to really screw things up and it makes it hard to follow. And then I've lost the ball more often than not just because that was freezing. Whereas if it didn't freeze when I hit the egg, then I think that it would have been much, much better for me as a player. I would like them to patch in the option to turn that on or off. But I had a lot of fun. The music's really good. I really like the art style. I think that Lucid Sheep Games did a very good job with this game. It came out on April 12th, and I'm looking at, it's unfortunate. Oh, it's $9.99 on the Nintendo Switch. And I think that that's a pretty good price for this game right now. It's really fun. I like I said, I like the art style, and overall, if you've got people to play with, I recommend Breakforcist Battle. But again, if you don't have other people to play with, I would not recommend it. Very, very interesting title, very unique, and I think that Lucid Sheep Games, I think they did a good job.